Hey guys, I'm sitting here waiting for Rivington to arrive so that we can prepare for the Halo Reach, play date so that you can win the shoes. I'm really excited for it. A lot of people have been hitting me up. I think it's going to be fun. Forgive me, I don't want to edit any of this, so there's going to be a lot of loud noise from the Fashion District because it's Sunday and everyone's out here shopping. Anyway, I'm just going to continue talking. So this Eminem thing happens soon. I'm going to be posting the video as soon as I possibly can. My behind the scenes video for the when I was on set at the Brisk commercial set for his commercial that he won like best Super Bowl ad or whatever. It was a lot of fun, and I really want to get it done. I'm just like super behind on everything to the point that I'm failing to meet deadlines for commissions, and I can't devote that time to that just yet. I am also kind of upset that I set this play date to happen at the same time as the Oscars because the Oscars start at 5:30 and I set the play date at 5, and I don't think you guys are going to be able to beat me by 5:30. So it's kind of upsetting, but I have it recorded, so I'll be able to watch it afterwards. And I'm just going to stay off Twitter and stuff so I don't see who won because I'm really excited for this year's Oscars. I watch every year's Oscars, but this one I'm really excited for because not only is James Franco, who is a Bruin, and I have super UCLA pride, not only is he up for Best Actor for 127 hours, but Banksy is up for Best Documentary. And I'm really excited to see not only what that means for Banksy, but also for the art world in general and for the Oscars in general. So, and street art and just a whole bunch of different things. So 127 hours, I think it's up for Best Picture. I don't feel like it should win. Maybe Best Directing because it was directed really well, but the story itself just doesn't, it's not a good enough story to be a good movie. There's not enough tension in it. It's a guy stuck behind a rock for a long amount of time. Maybe it could win Best Directing because in order to tell that crappy of a story well, you have to direct it really well and act it really well. So that's why those two things could be justified, but I don't think the story itself is a good enough movie to win Best Picture. Another thing, True Grit, and I disagree with everyone on this topic, but everyone says True Grit is like this incredible movie. I thought it was terrible, just horrible. I was really, really excited for the movie. I wanted to like it so badly. I watched the entire film just like saying, please, please let me like something in this movie, but I just couldn't. Just because a movie is overbearing and pretentious doesn't make it a good movie. The Oscars seem to think that, but and it sucks that the Oscars are like what everyone looks at as is this a good movie or not? Because a lot of the times they get it wrong. I think a good movie, maybe an artsy film, a film to be appreciated, an important film. All of those things could be totally true about a film, but that none of that makes it a good film. True Grit was boring. There was like 4 gunshots in the entire movie or something. A lot of talking that had no point at all except to like say, hey, look, we're a Western. And that was it. Jeff Bridges, everyone saying his acting was great, but I can talk like this too and just sit down on my hammock and pretend I'm a cowboy. I can do that too, but it was like, it doesn't make it good acting. Jeff Bridges is a great actor, of course, but he was just playing the Jeff Bridges role in this movie, and it wasn't that great. And the girl, at first I thought it was good acting by the girl, and that was the only thing that I said about the movie that was great, in my opinion. Then I realized it it was okay. The acting might have been good, but the way that the character was portrayed was terrible. She's a little girl. We should feel compassionate for her. We should feel like she's a little girl who's thrown in this situation and she has to handle it all on her own, and we feel terrible about it, and that should be the way that we connect to the film. However, they took all of the little girl out of the little girl and replaced it with a bitchy old lady. They took the character and made it from a little girl who's thrown into a desperate situation and turned her into this grown woman who was able to handle all of this stuff and was really mean to everyone and cold-hearted and didn't have any emotions and no way for anyone to connect to her. And we looked at her and saw a little girl, but what we heard... Hey, look, Rivington, you might be here. Hello? Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. Just come up and like knock or ring the doorbell, whatever. All right, sweet. See you in a sec. All right, bye. All right, he's here. We got to set this thing up. But I'll finish what I was saying. Yeah, so they just took out all the little girl out of the little girl and replaced it with something that I had no way to connect to. So I didn't think that the movie was good for that reason. What I'm excited about for Banksy is that this is, I think the Oscars are the biggest award ceremony there is. Whether, I mean, you could say like the Nobel Prize or something like that, but in terms of like mass media, which is Banksy's audience, the Oscars are kind of the epitome. So he is accessing this crowd. They won Best Documentary at the Independent Spirit Awards, and they allowed Mr. Brainwash to come up and accept the award. I don't think he's going to send Mr. Brainwash to accept the award at the Oscars. I think he's going to do some kind of marketing stunt, um, and it's going to be something really important that happens. I also am really, really interested to see what happens if he comes out. I mean, he's defended this thing to the death, saying that it's a true story and that Mr. Brainwash was not created by Banksy and Shepard Fairey. He is a real person and he's just that crazy. They've also said that they don't think his art is worth anything, but that's a different story. Um, I'm really interested to see if he's never actually outright lied about anything or gone back on his word. At least I have heard plenty of stories about him lying about stealing other people's artwork, but he's never gone back on his word. So I don't think that he's going to go back and say that this whole thing was a lie. But I am really interested to see if he comes out and says this was a mockumentary. It wasn't a documentary. That makes it a satire. It makes it a parody. It's no longer a documentary. So he could say that there's documentary aspects to it, but if it wins Best Documentary and he comes out and says it wasn't a documentary, then either the Oscars have to do something they've never done before and take the award back and give it to someone else, or they have to do something they've never done before and change the meaning of Best Documentary. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with that. I'm excited to see what happens with Banksy going up on stage because, as we all know, there was this whole thing about is he going to be able to go up in disguise? At first they said no, then they went back and said yes. And then they said I don't know because what if they send 5 people up in monkey masks to accept the award and a whole bunch of things like that. Plus, what happens if he wins Best Documentary? What is the next art piece he's going to do? He's been tearing up LA lately. He's here. We know he's here. People have been faking his work as well. But he could also do something if he doesn't win Best Documentary. And who knows, if he doesn't win, that could add to his street cred, and if he does win, it could take away from it, or vice versa. There's just a whole bunch of really interesting things for me to think about, and I am, an art historian that's also obsessed with Banksy and obsessed with street art in general. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. I have to go because Rivington's here, and I have to set up for this Halo thing, but I hope that I didn't bore you too much, and that it wasn't too loud and annoying outside. Sorry I haven't talked to you guys at all lately. I've been really busy and I'm trying to catch up. But yes, I'll talk to you soon, and I'll stop talking your ear off right now.